Hi there, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining the live chat session. The main topics in today's live chat. Let me greet the participants, then a brief look at the three topics. Mesfin K, first one who commented. Mesfin is a regular viewer. Special welcome, Mesfin. Good to see you. Nahom Architects here from Addis Ababa. Uh, Welcome, Nahom. Tamine Adugna, another regular viewer from Gemma. I remember, Tamine, that you are from Gemma. Chief of Hamasian says hello. I think he's an Eritrean. Black Lion joined too, says hello, Sajid. Helena 42945, a new name for me. Commented, I have not seen Helena in comment section in the past. Oromia Jito says, hello, Saj is shining today. Thank you. Menbero Mogus says, hello, Sajid from Badua. You look amazing today. Thank you, Menbero. Michael Kidane says, you look handsome. Well, I am 46, approaching 50 in just 2 years' time. We have Gremio Aragao says, Endley Fano is the winner. I mean, I think he's saying in the end, Fano would be the winner. If a Famasian is welcoming promo friends. Robel Maressa says, Sajid, happy to see you, great. Thank you, Robel. How are you? Birhane Midhani says, hi from Israel. Israel is the country where we have seen, I think, 6 deaths so far in Eritrean diaspora community. Are you Eritrean, Birhane? Rasa Bayisa, good evening. From where you gather your news? From you, from people, from viewers. Abe Creo joined to a regular viewer. Yeah, Birhane Midhani says yes. Birhane, you're Eritrean and 6 killed there, according to my information, but I think 3 reported so far. At least 3 on Brigade Nahamido side, 3 on government side. So, what is your take? I would like to hear from you. I would like to stay in touch, to get in touch with you through Gmail as well, because you're from the area. Any de-escalation, or could there be similar incidents again in Israel? And what is the reason? I mean, why is that the groups are bloodthirsty for each other in Israel? There is animosity, confrontation in other countries of the world, groups. Why is that in Israel? They just want to kill each other. Wallo join to hi Wallo Tilahun Demissi. Is it patience or ground? Patience, I would say. Extreme Ethiopia says Sajid is so smart that he knows Birhana is a Ghanaian. No. He said that he's from Israel. So I thought maybe he's Eritrean, because I have been covering the violence in Eritrean community in Israel. I don't know much about names and their origin. Lahun Demissi, FBA history joined to Chest and Spark says, hi Sajid, you said yesterday not to underestimate Somalia. Can you explain, please? Maybe in a video. Birhane Midhani says he's from Brigade Naham. Okay. 3 news stories, viewers. Firstly, Amhara region. State of emergency lifted. But it seems that the Ethiopian military is losing patience now. Brute force is being used by Ethiopian military. Region under siege, you can say. International media is not allowed into Amhara region. International Human Rights Organization not allowed. Three incidents in the last 10 days showing that Ethiopian military carried out revenge attacks on civilians. Or you can say he carried out attacks on people suspected of supporting Fano. A dark star joined too. Secondly, Somalia, a moving press conference today by a member of parliament of Somalia, Fawzia Yusuf. She was launched as the candidate from Somalia for the election of African Union chairperson, which will be held in February, I think, next year. A few months ago, she was launched as Somalia's candidate. What did she say today about the government? Is government putting pressure on her to withdraw? Why? And thirdly, viewers, big protests in Kenya today, in Nairobi. Occupy Parliament is the slogan of these protests. What happened, by the way? What happened in Nairobi, Kenya today was the beauty of democracy. That's why I always rate Kenya higher than other countries because though Kenyan military could be smaller, its economy could be smaller too, but people, I think, are freer to express themselves. A democracy in a better shape in Kenya. Teresa Baisa, do you know Ethiopia formerly called Kosh Kingdom? Emba joined who says, hi Sajid. Let's start, viewers. Horn analyst joined today on time after a few days of break. He's back. Welcome back, Horn analyst. Tilahun, I'll explain. Is it patience or ground? Just let me start. Abdi Karim Farah joined. First member who has joined the live chat today is Abdi Karim Farah. Abdi Karim Farah is a Somali from Ethiopia, I think. How are you, Abdi Karim Farah? I think you have bought the membership again. I can see the membership badge with your username, with your screen name. Wallo says, Sajid, on November 2020, when the war broke out in Tigray, there was a lady journalist for DWTV and she was typically TPL. Where is this journalist? I don't know if that. I know about one lady who fled, who had to flee Ethiopia. I forgot her name. Her flat in Addis Ababa was raided. I did some videos on that. She contacted me too, and she made some corrections. She did some articles about sexual violence against women in Tigray. I said that she was biased or one-sided in her reporting. Then she did some stories about sexual violence committed against women in Amhara, too, allegedly by Tigray fighters. I forgot her name. I know only that journalist. A pretty girl. I forgot her name. Munaye Minbro joined. Johannes Uldekedan Eratia Pearl of Red Sea. Some name in Amharic, I think. No, not Mieza. Mieza is pro Amhara, not Mieza. Mieza is abroad, I think. I'm talking about Mieza. Mieza never worked for DWTV, I think. Deputy of Tigray. Let's start, viewers. First news story from the Amhara region, where now Ethiopian military is losing patience. We can clearly see that the military is running out of patience. It is resorting to brute force against those who are suspected of having links with the Fano fighters. Wherever Fano groups carry out ambush attacks on military suffers losses, and then military targets civilians. That they supported Fano fighters. They knew that Fano fighters were there. They did not tell the military. 3 incidents in the last 10 days in which military indiscriminately killed civilians. This is now becoming a serious issue, showing that the military is suffering losses, especially in this zone. Ambush attacks are a pain in the side of the military. And ambush attacks are only possible if Fano groups receive intelligence beforehand. Yeah, Lucy, I remember. Yes, you're right. Ayana Hundi, her name is Lucy. Again, I forgot her full name. I did some videos. She was given an award to by an organization in the UK for her work. She's not in Ethiopia. Did she work for DWTV? I don't know. 3 incidents in which the military resorted to use of brutal force against civilians. The 3 incidents happened in Lusikasa. Yes, Engesong Photo. You're right, Lusikasa. The 3 incidents happened in Gojam. In Shoa, I told you a few hours ago that in 5 districts, banks are closed. Why? Because the 5 towns are under Fano control. In Gojam, 3 incidents. First happened in Jega, East Gojam. Around 20 were killed there, civilians. Fano attacked military. Military suffered losses. Then military took revenge on civilians. That they supported Fano. They knew Fano was there. They did not support military. So they just then resorted to use of brutal force against civilians. 20 killed there. Second incident happened in Mota, Gojam. Third incident happened in Kiranio, East Gojam. In Kiranio, East Gojam, around 7 were killed. Again, same pattern that Fano fighters ambushed a military convoy. Fighting erupted between Fano and military. Fano fighters retreated. And then those people who were there, civilians nearby, they were targeted by military. I think 7 killed in Kiranio. Kiranio, Mota, Jega. All 3 places are in Gojam. More than 30 killed in the last 10 days or so in 3 separate incidents in which Fano attacked military. Military took revenge on civilians. Why? Because military wants to terrorize people, that no one should support Fano. That if Fano fighters are planning something in a town, in a village, it's the responsibility of the people of the area to inform authorities. Otherwise, they'll be seen as Fano supporters. They'll have to pay the price. That's why I'm saying that is pure frustration. Military is losing patience. That is not how militaries operate. It's a civil war like situation. You're fighting against your own people. And the main strength, the biggest strength of Fano fighters is that they get public support. People support them. If you are committing such atrocities against the people, civilians, it means that it will it will lead to increase in public support for Fano fighters. First point. Second point, I always say that militaries are not trained to fight civil wars. In civil wars, main problem is that you're killing your own people. Whether you call them extremists, terrorists, they're your own people. You don't have the uh, conviction that you should kill them. Fano, the main strength of Fano fighters is their public support. Military can only win this war, it can have an edge over Fano if somehow it manages to cut off the link between Fano and people. I did a video for I told you that new strategies have been adopted. Amhara channels have been told to go to the areas of their residents, of their relatives, of their family, and to talk to people there, make them offers or just threaten them. Different strategies being adopted by the military. Military seems to be losing patience. Some said that uh, is military losing ground? I wouldn't say losing ground, but losing patience and carrying out attacks on civilians is an indication that military is not able to achieve desired results. By the way, military is facing some challenges, which are not new challenges. In each and every civil war, the main challenge for military is how to separate or to differentiate between civilians and rebel fighters. These Fano fighters today, maybe they are fighting against Ethiopian military, and tomorrow maybe they'll be back in the town with their family. How will you differentiate between a Fano fighters and an ordinary resident of the Amhara region? This is the main problem for military. That is, I'm saying that militaries are not trained to fight civil wars. And since civil wars go on for years, you need patience, you need strategic planning, public support, political ownership. Lots of things are needed for militaries to be successful in such wars. That's why I think the losing of patience by military is an indication that either it will make big decisions in coming days in terms of new offenses, in terms of major moves against Fano, or you could see Fano make major moves against military in coming days. S is a member, welcome S. S says 21 billion cubic meters of natural gas reserve discovered in Ethiopia. Yeah. By the way, I have been covering Ethiopia for around 4 years. After every few months, I see this type of news that huge gas reserves discovered in Ogaden, huge oil reserves discovered in Ogaden. So why is that they've never extracted? If there are such huge reserves of gas and oil, so why is that the government taking so much time to extract? I have seen similar posts shared by the government a few years ago too, I think. What happened to that reserves? How much was extracted? How much was sold? No one knows. Now, a story from Somalia. Interesting story, viewers. For Somali viewers too, for others as well. Uh, we know that next year in February, new chairperson of the African Union will be elected. Current one is Musa Faki, Chadian politician. This is his second term, I think. Next year, we'll see new African Union chief. And for that, obviously, lobbying is underway. Several countries are launching their candidates. New chairperson, new deputy chairperson, commissioners too, new ones will be elected. This time, the chairperson would be from East Africa, I think. East African countries have launched their candidates. A few months ago, Somalia launched its candidate officially. That this candidate would start lobbying and start efforts to be elected as the chairperson of the African Union. Fawzia Yusuf is a member of parliament, part of the government of Hassan Sheikh. She was launched as the candidate. It was announced by the government of Somalia, and Hamza Abdi Bare, the prime minister, formed a committee. That committee will do the lobbying. It will contact other countries so that Somalia's candidate is elected as the chairperson of the African Union. Fawzia Yusuf held a moving press briefing just a few hours ago. She said that she is being pressurized to withdraw by the government. Which government? Somalia's government. Candidate of Somalia is being pressurized to withdraw. Hassan Sheikh government wants Fawzia Yusuf to withdraw. Fawzia Yusuf tried to contest in 2016 as well, when Musa Faki was elected. But back then, come on, Munaye Menbaro, don't write such hateful comments again and again. You've written one comment at least 4 times. So, Fawzia today said that last time when she wanted to run in 2016 election, she was not allowed. Government did not support her. She withdrew. This time, government backed her to start lobbying work. She announced her candidate. She announced to be the part of the election. But now the government wants her to withdraw. Withdraw in favor of Djibouti's candidate. Djibouti has also launched a candidate who is the foreign minister of Djibouti. His name is Muhammad Ali Yusuf. So Hassan Sheikh government wants a Somalia's member of parliament to withdraw in support of Djibouti's foreign minister, whose name is Muhammad Ali Yusuf. It was said by Fawzia Yusuf today in Mogadishu. It's on record. You can see the statement. You can watch her press briefing. But she refused to back down. She said she won't withdraw. She won't withdraw in support of Djibouti's candidate. Now, question is, does Somalia's government want Fawzia to withdraw because Fawzia's position is weak? Or is it because of the close ties between Hassan Sheikh and Ismail Omar? That Hassan Sheikh ready to sacrifice his candidate to support Djibouti's candidate? Yeah, it's huge. It's embarrassing too. I think it's embarrassing for Hassan Sheikh government. Government itself launched Fawzia as the candidate. The government wants Fawzia to withdraw in support of Djibouti's candidate. Isn't it embarrassing? Let's see. If the government is not backing her, obviously she won't be able to be elected, but she's refusing to withdraw. Lastly, we were scanning. What happened all day today in Kenya? Major protests. I think the protests ongoing for a few days, but today was a big day. Occupy Parliament was the slogan of today's protests. Why are people protesting? They're protesting against a new law which will introduce over taxation on fuel, on housing, on food. They're protesting. They're rejecting this new law. Parliament was secured by security forces. Security arrangements were made there. Protesters tried to take control of the parliament. They could not. They marched towards parliament. There were clashes between protesters and police. Police resorted to firing of tear gas shells, etc. And we have seen several videos showing police using force against people. All day, international media, Kenyan media covered these protests. Water cannons were used, tear gas was used to disperse protest. Now, I just want to share my views with you. It was good to see what happened in Kenya today. Some people would call it anarchy, that if people are allowed to protest, it leads to anarchy. I say that is the beauty of democracy, beauty of freedom of expression, that people are ready, people are allowed to protest. Uh, Ayana said the Kenyan government has already cancelled the proposed tax bill, fearing the uproar. I think they scrapped a few provisions of the bill. They have not completely cancelled it, if I'm not wrong. But if they cancel it, again, that shows the power that people have if they're allowed to express themselves. That is why we rate higher Kenya if you compare Kenya with other countries. Election held, Ruto elected, fair elections, I would say. Not like Ethiopian election, where PM ran as PP head. So PP ran against PP in Ethiopia. He put his opponents in jail. He held elections, and now he said that he wants to complete his tenure. Kenyan election was more credible than all the elections in other parts of Horn of Africa countries. No election in Eritrea. Isaias Afwerki does not know what election is, by the way. He does not believe in election democracy. Djibouti, again, Djibouti's elections are not transparent. South Sudan is a mess. Sudan is a mess too. Somalia, that they are introducing one person, one vote, but still that is being opposed by Puntland. So you see, Kenya is a much, much better model. At least people are allowed to express themselves freely on the streets. People chanted slogans against IMF too in today's protests because Kenya is getting loans from IMF. People are blaming IMF for their economic problems being faced by other countries of the world too. Can we see such protests in Ethiopia too? That people are allowed to express freely, that government is forced to make adjustments because people's protests. Why? Why is that Ethiopia does not allow its people to protest? Peaceful protest. I wouldn't say that the protests in Kenya was violent, but they were strong protests. They want to occupy parliament. Still, people have been arrested there too. Yes, security forces resorted to firing up, I told you, tear gas and water cannons, but still they allowed people to protest. This is the difference between Kenya and other countries. That's why we say that perhaps Kenya has a brighter future than other countries in this region. Munaye, please don't write one comment. I'll have to block you writing the same comment again and again. Yeah, Horn analyst, we have been hearing about some dispute between Ruto and his deputy. Munaye, I banned you from commenting. You were writing hateful comments, one comment again and again. That's not fair. Well, things might not be ideal in Kenya, but compare Kenya and other countries in the region. Well, just one point before I end the live chat. I think Kio movement gave a hope to the people, to the outsiders too, that maybe Ethiopia will progress and democracy will flourish. Kio was largely peaceful. Yes, people died too, but that was basically a political movement. But the Kio movement was dismantled by PMR. After Hachalo's murder, you saw that Kios were arrested. They had to join either OLF, Ola, or they had to just say goodbye to the movement. Kios could not translate into a political movement. It was just crushed. That was the future of Ethiopia. Had Kios been allowed to continue and had other similar movements been uh, born as well in Ethiopia, maybe Ethiopia would have been in better shape today. But Kio was, yeah, Messi. I had to ban him. You saw what he was writing, and and one comment again and again. That's not fair. Uh, so the when you crush peaceful political movements, you create vacuum. That vacuum is filled by armed groups. That's what happened. Ola got stronger. ADF and TPLF and federal government could not settle their disputes politically and war. Then Fano emerged. Again, the two sides could not resolve their disputes politically, armed movement. This is what we're seeing in Ethiopia, that genuine political peaceful movements are not being backed, they're not being encouraged. That is why armed groups are getting stronger and bigger. What's your input, Enge? Song for I did not see your input. With 37 minutes have passed, I think we should end the live chat session. We covered three topics today. I told you about three incidents of civilian extrajudicial killings by Ethiopian military in the last 10 days in Amhara region. Military is losing patience. Now it seems the military wants to wrap up operation in Amhara. It hoped to wrap up the operation in a few days or weeks, but there seems no end to this military operation. The military is targeting civilians suspected of supporting Fanu. Secondly, Fawzia Yusuf, Somali MP, just lashed out at his own government today in Somalia. She was launched as Somalia's candidate for African Union chairperson election to be held next year in February. But now Hassan Sheikh government wants her to withdraw in support of Djibouti's candidate. And lastly, Kenyan protests. Kenyan people protesting in front of the parliament for a new law which will lead to more taxation, police used force. The people wanted to occupy parliament. They could not. Engesham Photo says, I expect you to talk about the plight of Eritrean girls in Sawa. Could you share your your own views and information about the topic you mentioned? You can contact me through email, skjid672000 at the rate of gmail.com. Thanks for watching, viewers. Stay blessed. I'll be back tomorrow for the next live chat. Bye bye.